Thank you for joining me. My name is Julie and welcome to my channel, Bernice Marie Vintage and Crafts. Today's video is going to be a pretty simple and short one. I went to the St. Vincent DePaul, a thrift store in Long Island in Garden City. It's one that I have gone to numerous times, one of my favorites, but it's one that I probably won't go back to again. It was a rather interesting experience insofar as I felt like I'd walked into a retail store and not a thrift store. They had signs up that had comparisons to eBay, and they were basically matching the eBay prices. And everything was priced really, really high. I was really rather shocked. And if I can, more power to them if they can, get eBay prices at a local thrift store, but generally that's not the case. So there are plenty of other places for me to go and source my items, so I probably won't be going back there again. But I wanted to show you the few things that I did get. The first thing I have here are these Pyrex custard ramekins. These two are both pretty old. This one really definitely is showing some age, and you can tell by the bottom stamp that this is an older one. It's got straw marks on the bottom. So I would say this one is probably from maybe the 1950s. The second one here is newer. It's in better condition, and it has better markings on the bottom, so you can see that there. It has the numbers, the 462, that's the size. It's a 5-ounce ramekin. So this one is in much better condition. One of the things I don't do, I will wash spots off to a certain extent, but I generally don't clean my items. I had a customer very early on in my reselling adventure get very upset with me because I had cleaned something. So most people want the patina on it, and if they want to clean it themselves, that's up to them. I leave it up to them to clean and or polish as they wish. The second item I have here is a grape platter. This is restaurant ware. You can see it is really heavy. It does have a little bit of wear on it. You can see that there if I get the right glare on it. It has a little bit of wear, but this is buffalo china. This is really, there we go, it finally focused. This is really a good heavy-duty platter. You see it in a lot of diners. It's hard to break it. You gotta really you gotta really try, but it's a great serving platter, and restaurant ware is very popular for that reason. And let's see, the next thing I have here is this beautiful planter. It has a bottom base to it that it is separate from, and it has a plastic plug in it, which is great. So you can use it either way. You can take the plastic plug out and let it drain into the pan, or you can leave it in for things that don't need to drain. You can see the mark there. It says Wisteria, San Francisco. That is the mark for Takahashi. And I'll flip this around because the Takahashi sticker is still on it. There we go. So it's made in Japan, imported to San Francisco. That's where Takahashi is based. But the pattern on this is called Wisteria. It is absolutely beautiful. It has this gorgeous bird on it. The wisteria plants, it looks like blue iris down at the bottom, and butterflies. But it is really a nice piece of porcelain. I would love to keep it, but as I've told you in previous videos, my husband would have my head. Let's see, so the last thing I have here are these beautiful handmade, hand-painted goblets. I would think that they probably would be more for display than actually drinking out of, but they are absolutely beautiful. The hand painting on them, you can see the holly leaves at the bottom, and then they have these beautiful sunflowers painted, one on each side. So let's see here. So we've got a sunflower here, there's holly leaves there, or sunflower leaves. Actually, they could be sunflower leaves. And then a sunflower on the other side. And they have them painted on the base as well. They're very, very pretty. And like I said, I believe they're probably more for decorative use than for actually drinking out of. This one in particular has a couple of spots here where I can't tell if it's chipped. It doesn't feel chipped, but the glaze is missing, the white glaze is missing in those spots right there. But if you're using it for decoration, it's really not that critical. And then they are both marked handmade, Dizian 74, North Cyprus. So they're really very pretty. This one here, same as well. So that was the extent of what I purchased at the St. Vincent DePaul thrift store. And like I said, I don't know that I'm going to be going back again. But we'll see. I, may give it another 6 months or so and see how things are doing come next spring. So I had a couple of subscribers private message me about my own personal collections. They were talking about how they liked the things that I had gathered for sale, but they were asking me about my personal collection and why I named my business after my grandmother. So I thought I would show you another piece. This is actually the very first piece of cobalt glass my grandmother ever bought me, is this biscuit jar. And this is what started my obsession with the cobalt glass. And from the cobalt glass, it went to, once I discovered blue carnival glass, it went to there. But this is a beautiful piece of blue depression glass. She also bought me the very first piece of glass she ever gave me, and I'll have to show it to you at another time. But the very first piece of glass she ever gave me was a yellow cake plate. And so I have since then collected primarily cobalt blue and yellow depression glass. But with the cobalt glass, I don't even care if it's new or old. I just love the blue. Blue is my favorite color. So today's video is going to be short and sweet. I appreciate everyone giving me some of your time, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Thanks again, everyone. See you on the next video.